Let's be honest. Everybody wants to be in the driving seat, right? And that's okay. But, yeah, there are a couple of small buts. It's okay, but why do I sometimes feel like somebody else is driving my life? It's okay, but why don't I feel in full control of what I'm doing all the time? It's okay, but why do I feel forced to do something that I don't want to do? Well, it is not enough to get into the driving seat. What matters even more than a seat is where you look, what you see, and how it drives you. Let's go back to the very beginnings of you. In fact, you were naturally born to be a driver of your life. Like everybody else, when you arrive in this world, you see it through a huge windscreen. You see into your future through it. You are amazed by all the things, people, animals and machines, melodies and smells. And you start dreaming, imagining. You cannot wait to touch the things. You reach for them. You start crawling towards them with your eyes wide open and your mouth expressing your astonishment in a mix of a smile, respect, and boldness. You think, yeah, let's go for it. And then, just when you have managed to walk and to grab the things in front of your windscreen, in most countries it is at the age of about 7 or 6, they install a huge, gigantic rearview mirror separating you from the windscreen. The rearview mirror is showing the past. They want you to learn the past and to ignore the future for about 10, sometimes even more years. They want you to memorize what you have seen in the rearview mirror. They keep checking it as they have specialized forces called teachers who do nothing else but squeezing the past between you and the future. They have a system which makes our parents pay for this, and they even happily bringing you to those facilities called schools, where they slice and dice the past, and where they feed you with this through the rearview mirror. At that time, your imagination does usually rest, sometimes for just that period, sometimes for good. Once you have escaped the rearview mirror, gang, that happens usually between the age of 18 or 23, once you have adjusted the rearview mirror just to what it shall be, you spot the other two mirrors, one left and one right, the side mirrors. And in those mirrors, you notice all kind of strange guys getting very close, pushing you out of your lane, overtaking you, giving you looks like they could eat you up with just their look. So now you have been tricked into the side mirrors trap. They call them different names: competition, benchmarking, ranking, the tallest blah blah blah, the longest blah blah blah, the fastest blah blah blah, you name it. They lure you in there with titles, medals, awards, lists, walls of fame, even money. You stare in the side mirrors and you keep running and running and running like a hamster in his wheel. You thought that living in the rearview mirror was a nightmare. Now you realize that it was a piece of cake. The real nightmare is the never-ending rat race in the side mirrors. Think about your last weekend party. 95% talking in side mirrors and 5% trying to recall the names of the people in the room. Or the recent parents' meeting at school. 95% side mirrors. 5% off-the-record thoughts. How came these guys' kids are in the same school as mine? In the side mirrors, everybody is working against you. The school with the grades, the company with the bonus, the parents-in-law with expectations, the neighbors with provocations, the politicians with values to defend as they just paid somebody to attack them, your own kids who want you to be cool and on top of everything, your wife who finds the house too small, or your husband who finds the shoes too many, your own ego that gets a regular coaching by Mr. Jealous and Miss Vanity. You keep collecting points and miles and references and selfies and whatever may look impressive in the side mirrors. The rearview mirror, the side mirrors, and the windscreen, they all are totally different animals, different worlds with different things living in them. Among other things, in the rearview mirror you will find the wisdoms of our ancestors, the stereotypes of our history, the unfulfilled dreams of our parents, the dirty secrets of our grandparents, and the ways they all dealt with their own rearview mirrors. In the side mirrors, you will find the pressure to belong to different communities, to slavishly feed the vanity and ranking monsters, but also the pleasure of temporary wins and adrenaline shots. Finally, the windscreens are filled with uncertainty and fears, but this is also the place where dreams live, where startups happen, where hopes and creativity can develop, where a good job interview focuses on. A good company is 50% plus about windscreens. The profit multiplier for market cap are driven mainly by the windscreen. Well, maybe even a good relationship is mainly about the windscreen. Very few of us manage to get rid of both the rear and the side mirrors in our lives. But guess what? While we are busy with the mirrors, they pull the driver's seat from under our butt, just like that. Self-driving cars might overtake the driving altogether. Maybe the mirrors will have to go then too. Is that good news? Maybe. You decide. Your life is your decision.